Hello, fire starters. It is February 11th. Every time I come on, I'm like, it's crazy what day it is, but it's the 11th, which is crazy. We are going to talk, I wanted to talk a little bit about reverse engineering goals because a lot of people have goals, but I also wanted to talk a little bit about objections because I know people are coming up hard against them right now. And there's a lot of things we can share best practices on and whatnot. Hello, friend. Oh, your kids are welcome on Zooms. Just don't worry about it. You're good. Okay, I wanted to quickly look at the news. I have not listened to the National Wake Up Call yet, but I will because I love Christina Delgado, and I always listen to the National Wake Up Call. But she's like one of my very favorites.
Yeah, really, really good too.
Yeah, she's always just like, I've been on a couple like actual Zooms with her, and I don't know if it's because she was a lawyer or what, but she's just like breaks it down, super simple, makes it make sense, super passionate, like smart. Yeah, just she and her sister, they co-run Diesel Nation together. And I think her sister actually started first, but they're always in like the top at least 20. I think both of them have been top 10. They're both 15-star diamonds, elite forever, just like super smart ladies. And really giving too, you know, just like not stuck up and really giving. Okay, so you can now get the nutrition app for Android, which is really good because it's been for iPhone. So as of today, you can get nutrition app for Android. And there's something new that I haven't seen yet. It's a share cart. That's not it. Oh. Okay, it's something about, okay. As a part of the launch of Fruit Punch Energize, so that the Fruit Punch comes out on the 19th, so 8 days. Any open share cart orders, so any ones that you have already sent that contain Energize as part of a pack or a stack won't work. So you have to resend them a new cart if you have outstanding people, which usually happens anyway if they've been outstanding this long. I just kind of like go through and edit and make sure. Any orders that are energized by themselves won't be impacted, but just the like combo stacks. I'm excited about a new flavor, although I was going through my cupboards and like making one cupboard that's my cupboard, and I have so much Energize. I didn't realize I had so much Energize. But I drink it so I sometimes drink it twice a day because I take it before I teach and then I drink it before my own workout. But I'm also going to send, because I did buy a ton of the little packs, so I'm going to send them out to challengers, like with a little card, like thanks for sticking with me through the new year, that kind of thing, especially to the ones who haven't tried it yet, because the ones who try it love it. It's just getting them to try it. So if you have extra, use it or do a giveaway. There's lots of different things you can do. So I have a ton of, okay.
I actually just sent some challengers that today.
Oh, good job. Look at you. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay. So Portion Fix, Ultimate Portion Fix. I still really wish they hadn't called it Ultimate Portion Fix because I think people will get confused with Ultimate Reset, but it's fine. Should be like, I don't know, the most fantastic portion fix. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a certification for it, like there is for 2B Mindset. I think they're really trying to make these, like we have talked about before, the two key ways we help people with nutrition, either plates or containers. So all people who buy the Ultimate Portion Fix will get access to 21-Day Fix and the 21-Day Fix Extremes shot in real time and upgraded for starting April 1st. So if they buy the Portion Fix, they'll get the new workouts that are live streamed. There's going to be a certification, but they haven't really talked too much about that yet.
There was something on the Champions page. I was just watching it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that certification. Okay, so they have, is it like an early release for the 21-Day Fix? Like where we have to pay extra for it?
That's what I'm trying to. I'm putting on that specific. Hold on, it's opening. There's like 7 FAQs just on this. So, okay, so 3-4 is the coach exclusive launch window.
Okay.
So that's when we can, and that's also when you can purchase the certification. Okay, so if you get the certification, you also get 30 days of the Ultimate Portion Fix Master Series continuity. So I think that's like a sneak glimpse into that Facebook group where you get to see, so because they want people to stay in that. So March 18th is the official launch date for everybody. That's when the bundles will go on sale with a bonus, which is the new workouts. The new workouts, the live stream of the new workouts for 21 Day Fix are April 1st. The extreme is not till April 29th. And then the challenge, like just the challenge packs, go on sale on May 31st. And the workouts that were live streamed then go into the member library. So that must be the 18th. So March 18th is the official launch date. So that's like the VIP early access. They're just not calling it that. And then March 1st, the live streaming begins. So you only get probably the workouts as it's taped. That's the normal fix. The March or April 29th is the extreme. And then May 31st, it will have been 30 days. So they'll all end up in the library. So people can buy the actual challenge packs then and not have to pay for early access.
Okay, so we could squeeze in 21 Day Fix before Transform 20 really comes out on April 1st. I don't like when they do the overlapping things.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
Well,
Okay.
so April 1st is the first day that you can get access to the new video, though.
Oh, April 1st.
So you can buy it March 18th and then get all of your materials, but they're not even starting to tape it till April 1st. And then they're just going to like, it'll be each day that it's uploaded, like live. So that's for Fix. And then Extreme is April 29th. And then they'll be in the library already for everybody the 31st of May. I'll put up some of these dates in the page.
So I'll just wait until, so that would be like the next group to start. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so there's that. There was another thing on here that I wanted to touch on real quick. Pretty soon they will send out emails to sign up for your tracks for Summit. And now those are the new learning sessions that are rank specific. I have to figure out too, I think it's May something that is your rank deadline for whatever you'll be recognized for at Summit. So that's for like stage recognition and stuff. Usually if you've hit diamond within enough time or it's close, they have like, Wendy got it last time, but there's like a little lanyard with a metal thing. But to be recognized on stage for specific things, it's at least 6 weeks in advance because you have to hold ranks for 6 weeks. And then that'll also determine which tracks you'll be in at Summit. I did that. Success Club we've talked about. We're in the middle of Team Cup, which is again just another incentive. So if you by yourself hit Success Club 5, you get the cutting board that says 21 Day Fix on it. And if as a group you get it, it's like, is it the umbrella thing?
Thermal shirt.
Oh, that. And then the whole group gets it I just looked at the picture and I can't remember right now. The bag, right?
Sorry.
The what?
If everyone gets Success Club 5, it's the thermal.
The thermal, and then 10 is
the tent or something.
It's like
a tent. I was like swapping them. Yeah, it's like the tenty umbrella-y thing. Okay, perfect. We're in this middle of Transform 20. We've talked about that. Morning Meltdown pilot test group. They're doing a competition for that. I don't know. Did you guys see that? To get into the test group. Usually it's like they invite people or you have to apply. Like when I did Core de Force, they invited elite coaches and each elite coach could nominate 2 people and then you had to apply. Now, if you enrolled as a new coach between June 1st and February 28th, the top 20 Success Club point earners will get in. If you are a diamond or below, as of February 1st, the top 30 Success Club earners will get in. And then if you are a star diamond or above, then the top 70 get in. So there's that too. A lot of coaches are putting out posts like, help me get into Test group. If you've been thinking about joining me, join now. That kind of thing. So there's always option there. Oh, there's a new personalized coach display on Beachbody On Demand. Oh, that's funny. That's, I think, remember when I did that survey with them, like that interview? That was one of the things that they talked about. Yeah, and Shanti is on Good Morning America or whatever. Okay. So that is all the announcements. We're still in the middle of book club, which is going really well. I have to put up the post for today. If you haven't read it yet, you can do it at any point. Jump in. The chapters are pretty short. And it's a really interesting book. I like that you can tell that she struggled with perfectionism and has like really figured out steps to just detox yourself from it. Because I think, well, as moms and women who are driven to do stuff, we're probably all a little bit perfectionist in that way. And she's really nice. I met her on a Zoom, like a really cool person. She's a friend of Trina's. They've known each other for a long time. There's that. The group, our FitFam group, officially launched today. We were really running it as a group last week, but new people were prepped. And there's been a ton of engagement so far, which is super fun. I think I'm the only one who've added my challengers. But like where I was having like 5 people check in, now I'm having like 18 check in different ways. And I have decided to keep it super, super simple. So last week we talked about like when I assign coaches different days, we would have a morning post and then a check-in post. Instead of, we talked about doing like the acronyms for water and nutrition. I just literally am doing, you've seen them, but like a funny meme, and it says like February 11th check-in. Like that will be so much easier to maintain, and people are really liking it, and more people are checking in. So that is fun. And now we have a place that we can just continually launch people. We will again in March do like another push for urgency to add new members, even though you can add them all month long because the prep is in the units. So we'll change up the theme for March. We'll think of something fun altogether to do it. So you can add your challengers there. Your new coaches can add their challengers. I think it's just going to keep building momentum. I have gotten a little bit of pushback from some of my challengers, and I'm just kind of rolling with it. I have one who got a Facebook account just for the group. And that's what I'm saying to people on Instagram who don't have Facebook, saying, would you be willing to get a Facebook account just to have access to the group? Because before I would have you put up an app to just get access to the group. So this is the exact same thing. Don't think of it as Facebook. Just think of it as the group. Have it bookmarked so that's go straight where you go. Like get over your like Facebook fear. You don't have to be on Facebook. You just have to go into the group. So most people have been willing to do that. I have 2 that are still a little bit hesitant who were challengers. But I've just kind of encouraged them to watch and see if they like it before they, like, they're like, I'm not really active on Facebook. I'm like, that's fine. You don't have to be. I don't care. So that's the only problem I've run into. And I'm running into other people on Instagram who just don't have Facebook, even ones I want to be coaches. And I'm saying the same thing. Like, would you be willing to get in a Facebook account or reactivate your Facebook account or whatever, just to have access to the group? So there is that. Okay, so I wanted to talk about reverse engineering your goals and objections. I know Dana has been getting price objections a lot, which is something we all face. Wendy knows. Like, price is something that people just, like, there are other things they won't question about, like the price of a tattoo. But ask them to, like, they'll say they don't have money, and then they'll post a picture of their new tattoo the next day, and you're like, what the heck? Mm-hmm. Or their girls' night out, or whatever, you know. So usually, I would say a lot of times cost objection is fear. So we can start with objections, I guess. Because it's only not worth it if they fail. Right. If they spend that money and they get nothing out of it. So one of the top coaches does this, and I have been saying it too. A lot of the bottom of my post, I talk to them, is like, no results equals refund. Like, there literally is not a risk, because if within 30 days you hate the shakes, you didn't get anywhere closer to your goals, you can get all of your money back. So instead of just saying like, well, there's a money back guarantee, I can say like, I put so much faith in this in myself that if within 30 days you do not see the results that you were hoping to see, or we're not starting to get towards those results, you get a full refund. So that helps a little bit. And then also, just like today, someone asked me, they're like, okay, give me a breakdown of the cost. Like, how much is it? Can someone else use my account? Is that every month? Is it just the first month? What, so I break down piece by piece what they get. So I'll say, so you get a full year of fitness. You get a complete nutrition program. You get a month of the nutrition shake that I drink, plus you get access to the VIP group and you get my coaching. And then I'll write again, like, you get all of this for 160. So you, even in writing it that way, like, you get all of this, it makes them see a little bit more. If they push back more, then I'll write, like, it is really important to me for my clients, challengers, customers, whatever you choose to call them, to get the most value. And that is why I recommend these bundles, because otherwise these things would cost this much separately. Like, you can start talking about it that way. But cost is usually the easiest way for people to, like, say, I'm scared. Like, that's a lot of money. And again, it's only a lot of money. And you can even say that, like, I get it. It's an investment. It's only a lot of money if you fail. Or, something along those lines. So, who's going to go into the chat? Okay, there's no chat. So yeah, price is huge. Time, I'm getting less time objections. Wendy, how about you? For like challengers. Yeah, it used to be more, but now that we have programs that are like 20 minutes, really people can't say that they don't have time. And when they did, I would say things like, I totally understand that. I just didn't have time to drive to the gym, like pack my clothes, drive to the gym, wait for a treadmill, or whatever piece of equipment to be open, or like try to come up with what I was doing and then drive all the way home. So this has actually saved me time. So you can also just share parts of your story, like, even with the cost, like, I get you. I used to spend so much money on XYZ just trying to do the same things, and this is so much more convenient for me, and I'm finally seeing results. And for me, that's worth the investment in myself. So there's ways to play around with that too. Anybody have any other questions about objections, or more questions about that?
The only objection I'm getting is over cost.
Okay.
And I say, this is an investment in you.
Yes.
And a lot of times they're not telling me no forever. It's like, I can't right now. And I have one that's like, keeps messaging me, like, I want to do this with you, but I have to save up my money, which I totally understand. Like, not everybody has that money, like, right away.
Yeah. And
then I have another one that's fine. Like, I kind of left it alone. And so she's back and she's like, okay, so remind me what all I get. And I did share a cart with her after I watched that video. Was it the morning wake up?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was the morning wake up the other day where she did share a cart. So instead of sharing it the other way I had before, I did the share a cart. So she keeps going back and looking at it, which I think is helpful.
It is. It is good, because then they can see too, again, what all I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the other part of, like, you're still really new into talking to people. So a lot of times the first time like, they'll say it takes 10 touches to get someone to, like, trust and say yes to you. So these are people who may just wait till March or wait till April. But that's why it's important. Someone was in another room, to have that follow-up list, because you get to the 3 or 4 people who may say yes this month, and then you have those other people who are, like, making sure that you stick with it and that you're doing what you're saying that you're going to do. And then that. So yeah, cost is, like, I can't, like, there are jokes, and they've said it on the National Wake Up Call, like, hey, you were talking to someone, they're like, oh gosh, I had car trouble. Like, I swear car trouble is, like, the number one thing that people say. And I'm like, not every car on the planet could be breaking down right now. Like, that's not happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Or your car has been a piece of junk since before yesterday. Okay. So yeah, that's a super, super common one. Yes. Okay. So I wanted to talk about goals, because everybody on the call has goals, because you're on the call. And I think as I have looked, like as I've been through this for now almost 5 years, it's like really easy to say I have a goal, but not to figure out exactly the steps to get there. Like, yeah, we have the daily trackers, but what do certain things mean? So I wanted to make sure you guys had an understanding of like, whether it's like an income goal, I want to make this much per month. What does that mean? Like, what do you have to be earning on each leg volume wise to get to that point? Or even rank, what does that mean on both sides? Who has to be earning what? That sort of thing. So does anybody have questions about that kind of thing, or a specific goal that they're hoping to reach like in the next 3 months, 6 months, year? Otherwise I can just talk.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I want to get back to diamond. It's like my left leg is doing really well. My right leg, I just can't get back there. So, yeah, I'm just trying to recruit more coaches. I have a gal that's kind of interested, which I need to look at the calendar to see when the next sneak peek is, because she was interested in checking that out.
So you sent her Trina's video. That's what I was having.
Yep, I sent her that.
Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. So the next one is not this week, but next week.
Okay.
Yeah. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then also you're a lifetime diamond, so you still have access to that real work, real rewards, which is like the diamond sneak peek. I don't know if you're in there. So that's always live. And there's videos, and Trina did things, and then there's just a ton of different coach testimonials in there. So you can also tag her under someone that fits her the most, who she'd relate to. So that's a really good one too. If you feel like you don't want to wait till next week.
Okay.
So that's another benefit of Diamond. We have our own sneak peek that Trina created that we can add people to. Sometimes I do, sometimes it don't. It just depends on the person. It's called Real Work, Real Rewards, Real Success, or something like that.
See, I don't know if it's a Facebook group? I don't think I'm in that one, or I don't remember seeing that.
I don't think they'll care. Let's see. Are you still in the Diamond page?
Technically I am. I don't ever look at it, but
okay. If you're like, I'll look. I mean, technically you're supposed to be a diamond to use it, but you're so close.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not looking at it, I promise.
Yeah. No, I meant the sneak peek, whatever.
Oh.
So the good thing, and we've talked about this, is you're building lots more volume on your left, which is helping you make a bigger paycheck, which is good. But yeah, it is hard because I'm doing the same thing. So like I am going for 2-star for the team to be 2-star, or 3 if I also would get Scott's coaching to we lost Dana to diamond, because then I also would get a second business center, which would be then 4. Like once you hit certain levels, the potential for growth goes bigger faster. But it's the same thing of just like being one coach off here or one emerald off there, or and sometimes it does. Like right now I need on my left some things to happen, and they're happening on my right. So like you can't force things to happen that way, but you're right. It takes just recruiting. And actually my friend Joy Harrington, who is from Denver, Trina just posted a video of hers, I think in Team Rockstar Fit. I was going to put it in our page. Did you see it? It's so like, she talks like that
hilarious.
In real life. No, she seriously talks like that. Yeah. You do not mess. She's totally scary. She's just always been like, she's like straight to the point. Like she'll just tell you to shut up. Like,
yeah,
either listen or shut up. Like, I love that when she was like, unless you have earned more than me, you don't get to question what I say. And that was a video to her actual team. And then Trina asked to use it, which is just funny because that's how she talks to her team. But then this year is the year that she really took off. Like she hit 2-star. She went to the NLC this last weekend. So, and then she also has literally hit Success Club 10 since she started. So the things she said are smart. I really liked what she was saying about inviting, because I think, and we've talked about this a lot too, like I am a little too fluffy when talking to people. Like I do still think it's important to find a connection. Like you both have boys or, you know, that sort of thing. But she was like, stop having weird conversations with strangers. I was like, okay, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of go straight in. I'm like, if you're watching me,
Yeah.
I'm inviting you. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what
Well,
you get.
there's
And
like-
a lot of they're always super nice about it too.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
yeah,
if they're
that sounds
watching
good.
you,
They
then
wanna
they've
know her.
engaged. But I mean, those people who you just see, or like when you're searching hashtags or whatever, or trying to grow your network, like I feel like we need to have a little bit of conversation before I'm like, hey. So I think there's a balance between like what we talk about with forming and not being strange. Like she still talked about like making sure you vibe with each other before you send the invite out. And I liked how she talked about it like dating. But it really does come down to, if you're reverse engineering your goals, like figuring out how many people you need to talk to per day to hit whatever Success Club number you want for the month. And a lot of it also comes down to, like, if you're looking for a certain income goal, like I want to make $100 a week, I want to make $300 a week, I want to make $1,000 a month, whatever that is, you have to start looking. One, I wouldn't rely on retail at all for that. Like if you want to be super solid, serious about the business, I would make your, like, think of your salary, your bare minimum as your team volume, and then your, whatever your commissions are for that month are kind of a bonus. So that means, like, if you want to hit $100 a week, then you have to figure out what that means in cycle bonuses, right? So say you are, let's just do it. Let's just do that. This is kind of easy math. It gets more complicated the more you want to make. But what it really means is like focusing on your weak leg, because your strong leg is more than likely going to have the volume that you need as you build. So if you want to make $100, then you need to cycle, let's say you're a diamond. Like what, 10 times? A little less. Help me teach your people. like it's too much because okay, 5. So 5 cycles, then you would need 500 volume on your weak leg to be able to get that, to cycle that many times. Does that make sense? I know Wendy makes sense. She's like, yes, nodding. No. Okay, so you're fine. So team cycle bonus, you get the 200 on the one side and the 100 on the other. And then you make $14, $16, or $18, depending on your rank. 16 is for rubies. They barely exist. Nobody cycle bonuses at $16. So you're really at either 14 or 18.
Okay, well, what's a ruby again? I mean, I have the little pamphlet, so why am I not a ruby?
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, because you're missing. So a ruby, the reason it doesn't make sense is because a ruby has an emerald on each side, but not enough coaches.
Well, not enough coaches. Well,
to be diamond, right? So that's why nobody hits it, because usually getting the people to emerald on both sides is the difficult part. You know, like usually you have enough coaches, but you're trying to get, like you are trying to get someone on your right side to be emerald. A ruby, I think, has maybe 6 coaches. I think they changed what a ruby was this year, but it used to be like a ruby had 6 coaches and already had their emeralds and they were just waiting for it. So that's why rubies are non-existent for them. I was a ruby at one point, the elusive ruby. It's not, I mean, there's really no benefit to being ruby, but so if you get $2 more in a cycle bonus. So if you're a diamond, you're cycling at $18 every time you hit 100 on one side and 200 on the other. So if you want to hit 500, you need to cycle 5 times, which means 500 volume points on your left side, or your weak, sorry, that's your weak side. Make more sense? She's still looking at me like a deer in the headlights. I mean, it's still like, things start to make, if you saw it written out, it would probably make more sense to you. So
if you go to your team volume too and just look at it, then you can kind of see, like, I mean, even myself, I feel like I should be creating more left leg volume, my weak leg, but I'm just not seeing those cycles that I want to see, which is a bummer.
Well, and we can look at that too. The hard part is, so as your strong leg or your weak leg, so let's say your left leg is building, It depends on how it's building too. So if you have those coaches and they are emeralds, that means maybe each of them, except we do need to talk about Applebee in a second, are, because of their volume is like ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I'll talk. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, that's not something needs to change there. But if they're all just getting Shakeology, then each week you may have like 2 or 3 people that are getting their Shakeology, versus if everybody on that side starts to build emerald, then it's more consistent how many people are getting it each week. And so you'll see it build higher. So having all of those people on your weak leg over the month will help you cycle higher, but you won't, like, until they even build a little stronger, it just won't seem that way each week. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I'll have like a great week. I'm like, whoa, I want to make this every week. Then the next week, I'm like, what? That's $150. That's lame.
Yeah, because everybody got their Shakeology the week before.
Yeah, so I know I just have to.
So that's, I mean, it's great to keep building that, because the more people that do it, and that's why they'll say like Diamond Strong is to get everybody to emerald and to get everybody at 500 PV for the month. That's how it starts to build even higher. But also compared to like when you started, $150.
I know.
Yeah, I know that's the hard part. I have to tell myself that too, because I also have still bad weeks. Like somehow I have one week where none of the orders go through, and I'm like, oh, that hurts. But then the other weeks are really good. So, yeah. So that's reverse engineering. You just really just take whatever the income is you want for the week or for the month. Like you can start with a year. Like what do you want? What would be a great yearly amount to make? And then reverse engineer that back. Okay, so how much do I have to make each month to get that in a year? And then how much do I need to make each week to get that in a month? And then you can figure out like, okay, that means I have to cycle this many times to get to that. And then this is what I have to have for my weak leg, to how many times it hits 100 on my weak leg so that I get to cycle. So Dana, your weak leg is your right leg.
Yeah.
You're on my other side. So that's like each time that hits 100 is when you cycle. Because likely you're getting some of your, well, you are, because that's where I add a lot of my coaches. Like you're getting a lot of your left volume of your team volume from my coaches and their coaches. So that kind of builds on its own.
So, because I have yet to do a cycle bonus. I think I'm hanging at like 82. So this month I should get a bonus.
Yeah. So I'll look. So we have Ben.
Yeah.
We have Ben over there.
Yeah. And Steve.
So
he should be getting his Shakeology again. And then we need to fix Ben's order. We got to figure out what we're going to order together and how to do all of that. So I was looking on there and I went to change because I pushed my Energize back because I want to switch the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like it took away the auto ship. And don't you have to have auto ship? So how do I fix that?
He has, well,
he could push it off a month and then order something else.
Yeah. So he just has to have, for him right now, he just has to have 50 points.
Okay.
Every 5 weeks.
Okay.
And it's not an exact month thing with them. It's 5 weeks. So that can also get really confusing.
Yeah.
But, I'm looking right now. So he doesn't have. You need 90.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you have to have 90 and be emerald to be able to get cycle bonuses. But your Shakeology covers that. So he ordered it on the 19th of January with the performance stack.
Yeah. But I think we're going to switch his order and do maybe like 2 orders of Energize.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do with Scott, or I do, depending, because my mom has an account too, so I'll do like 1 order of Energize, 1 order of bars.
Okay.
Something like, or 2 orders of bars. We go through the bars
pretty
fast. Just like, again, don't order more than you need, but I usually
we go
try
through
to,
that energized.
yeah, I know he's been stealing it. So
He's
yeah,
like, when is the next order coming? And I'm like, well, I was kind of waiting for fruit punch. He's like, no. So I might have to order again before that.
that's really funny. Well, I mean, it is good because you're using it. Like, I feel like in some other companies, like my friend was doing Young Living, and she had to order so much per month, I think, that she was like, I can't possibly use this much oil. And I was like, see, we don't have that.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have that problem here.
I still have oils I ordered like 2 years ago.
I know. But to be a distributor and to like be making money, you have to order so much per month. I'm like, I can't even imagine.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I was talking to Scott.
Yeah, I only like to order stuff that I know that we'll use and I know energize. And then I'm finally working my way through the Shakeology that I had built up. So that's back on my order this month.
Perfect.
So
I'm looking. So you have 2 people. So let's see. The projected volume for, which will change because we're going to change Ben's. What did Steve order? I don't know why he's at 135 again. Oh, right. That was not really a negative. Okay. I was trying to figure that out. It was the digital business.
Oh, gotcha.
Why does he not have, I don't know. I don't see his challenge pack, even though I know it's on there. So his projected PV is 135. And then Ben's is 105. So if those were to stay the same, you would cycle twice.
So when Steve signed up, he went through the customer first, and then he like 3 days later, he was like, "I'll do the coach thing."
Okay, so
so he was so funny because he was like, "No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that," and I'm like, "That's fine." Like to even do, because he was wondering what I was doing, and I said Transform 20.
Yeah,
and then he saw me do it for like a week and he's like, oh, maybe I want to do that. And then it turns into him signing up for coach. So it's just funny how that all worked out. But
that happens a lot with people too, that they're like, no, I'm not doing that. Okay, I am doing that, but I'm not doing this. Okay, I will do that. And you're like, just listen to me the first time. So with those 2 orders, you would cycle twice. With coaching, I can't see customers on here. So if you were to have customers.
I had a friend that just ordered the add-on. And then since Steve moved to coach, I don't really have any other customers right now.
So that's fine too. But so you also will get some volume there. And as if they were to sign up customers, then you'd get credit for that as their volume. That becomes team volume. So it all just grows over time. But yeah, like we talked about, your vomit goal is diamond. So so that is just like your next coach we would put on your left side. Just because for now we need it to be even, and Wendy knows this, like you need to have the 4 coaches on either side. And then really you really should have like at least 6 coaches on either side to really feel safe and to get to 2 emeralds on each side. So if someone drops somewhere, and Wendy and I have been through this, it does, like you get to the point where it's okay. Like you have like a net in there. I am to that point now. I have 3 emeralds on one side and 2 emeralds on the other. So my diamond stays pretty safe. There was a time, we call it like cubic zirconia, where you're kind of here until you can get it a little bit stronger. But everybody does that, and everybody drops rank. Like I have been in 1-star qualification twice, and both times didn't make the 6 weeks, which is fine. But what Kim Myers was talking about, she's 5-star elite. She has actually qualified for 6-star, but right now she's 3. So she's a lifetime 6-star, but she's 3. So like that's another thing. Like people drop rank and they get really down, and you're like, it just happens. Like when you're counting on other people to do their stuff, it just happens sometimes, and you gotta go with the flow. The other thing I wanted to talk about is you shouldn't be putting more money into this than you're getting out of it. Like I was talking to some coaches who are like, this, like to be successful in this business, you have to put so much money into it. And I was like, no. Nope. Don't do that. So, like, yes, there are smart ways to strategically spend your money if you're going to be spending it, like putting it under your husband's account or putting it under your mom's account, or how, like my mom a lot of times does my beach bars or her account. And I gifted that to her. Like I bought a challenge pack under her because I wanted her to have access to Beach Body on Demand, and I can get bars or whatever. And that's the U+2 thing that we talked about really early on. And Wendy got an email, like you can use your credit card for 2 extra people. You just have to tell them who they are, and it has to be spouse, parent, or child. Gotcha. And the child has to be 18. So you can do it that way, but like you shouldn't spend money just for rank. Like there are some coaches out there who do that, and that's just silly. And that's why like I wouldn't push Wendy to like sign somebody else up and say like I'll pay for your stuff, because that will get you to Emerald and then I'll get to be a diamond. Like that makes no sense. That doesn't build a strong business. And also if you're paying a ton of money for trackers or content, or we've talked before about like buying a meal prep guide off of Etsy or whatever, like if you're paying a ton of money there, like you should take a step back. You should be positive. You should be figuring out how to be positive each month. So if you ever get to the point where you're thinking, like that's when it starts to be pyramid and MLM-y, is if you're just putting a crud ton of money into it and not think about it. Like I don't put more money into the business than I get back. In the beginning, yeah, maybe a little bit, because you're trying to find challengers. And if you find 3 challengers, it covers your costs, that kind of thing. But if you're starting to like sign up for tons of masterminds or, you know, whatever, like take a step back and be like, whoa, I don't need to be spending all of that right now, because we also have so many free resources. It just doesn't make sense.
So have you ever offered like an incentive if somebody's been on the fence for like a challenge pack? And because I'm thinking about the ladies that have like genuinely reached out to me over and over again and saying, you know, I want to do it, but I don't have the money. Have you ever offered like an incentive or something like that? Yeah.
So, I have done it I've called it my Hail Mary. Wendy and I have talked about this. Like if I've gotten to the end of the month and I'm not at the success club points I want, and I've been talking to people back and forth, I'll put up a post or I'll send out a message, or I email my entire list twice a month. And I'll just say like, for everybody who signs up today, you get a $25 gift card.
Okay.
And Trina will do like $10 Starbucks cards or anything along I mean, you can really make it whatever you want. You can be like, I'll give away my favorite performance line, whatever. Because it does help them to get off the fence. I was trying to think of a nice way to say that. It was not a nice version of that was in my head, but to get off the fence. And also like, if you think about it, if you give them $25 to get them started, then you still make at least $15 or $25 for that commission. And then hopefully you keep them in there and that build. So, for sure people do.
Okay. I might try that. 'Cause this month I was telling Ben, I'm like, I'm on this Team Cup team and I need to make Success Club 5. And I have these ladies that are just like, they're right there. Like I can taste it. You know what I mean? So maybe luckily, a little incentive.
Yeah. Luckily it's only the 11th.
Yeah.
But if you're like, you do it when your gut tells you. Like I usually wait until I'm like later in the month, because I don't want to give that up if I don't have to. You know what I mean? Unless like right now I could give everybody on the planet Energize. Just kidding. I don't know how I was like, I just had it in all different closets and I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. But you know, and it doesn't have to be even coaching related. You can like give your favorite personal development book. Like there have been times where I've invited people to do the book club with us, and like everybody who signs up gets my favorite book that I read, you know, this last month, which books can be $10 or $15. So that's like a tangible thing that they get. That's not a super lot of money. Yeah. People like books. So. Yes. Okay. What questions do people have? We're at 7:48. I gotta take a picture of us. So Wendy, you said you were talking to somebody about coaching?
Yeah, it was just a girl I found on Instagram, and she actually just works out at the gym, and she said, yeah, I'm always looking for something to fill my time. I'm like, I can fill your time. She doesn't have any kids, but she loves to
nobody ever says that, like, gosh, I have so much extra time. I wish I knew what to waste it on right now.
Yeah, but she likes the gym, so that's the thing. So I need to find, a good video to, on that, because she said I wasn't sure how she was answering my question, but I asked her if she was a trainer or whatever, and I invited her to coaching, and I wasn't sure if she was saying yes. I was wondering how to be a trainer, but I don't know how to do that or whatever. So anyway, I just said, well, this is better because you can do it from home and you can help people all over the country.
Yeah. Well, and then too, if she's saying well, I could never do it because I like the gym, there's a lot of us who.
Yeah, she didn't really say that, but yeah, but she did say, she's like, well, I'm too embarrassed to take pictures of myself in the gym. So like her pictures are all like fitness ones, but they're all at home, so she loves that part of it. So anyway,
you're already taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, we're already ahead of the game. If you're already
so it's just her switching to Beachbody program. So we'll see how that. But anyway, so I just started talking to her about it this morning. So
well, and we can be. I know Leslie is going at her own pace.
Yeah,
which is awesome because everyone should go on your own pace. But I think Emerald would be good for her for a lot of reasons.
Well, and I'm actually going to her house tomorrow to talk about things. So yeah. So,
speaking of which, I got it right here back. I got like the strangest voicemail from her about her. So we'll just say this. So she was asking me what my email account is because she was putting it on her business starter thing, like who is your upline?
Oh yeah, her sheet or whatever. Mm-hmm.
And so mine is CaitlynGordonFitness@gmail.com. I have an email that I use specifically for all of this stuff so that I don't have to look through my entire inbox to find stuff. Mm-hmm. And so she decided that she's like, oh, that's smart. I'll make one myself. And then something got messed up with her Outlook. I don't know what happened, but she was on the phone for like 3 hours with support.
Oh, I'll talk to her all about that tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, she'll see this, but anyway, so I got a voicemail, but I didn't get it. We were skiing, so I didn't get a chance. And she fixed it, but it's like, all I did was create a Gmail account because it's free and it doesn't mess with it. I think it had erased like everything else she'd ever done. Anyway, but yeah, she's on your right side, so that's super great. Katie is building, so it's actually, I don't know if Mandy can hear us. Do you know what Mandy's next goal is?
Hello, Mandy. Can you hear us? Well, she's on Team Cup with me, so we're aiming for that. So
that is a good goal. What side is she on your life? She
left. Everyone's on the left.
Everyone's on the left. Well, so that is the other hard part. Like when you place people, you have no idea who is going to run with it. And people like Julian Condia had a diamond quit on the first day of Summit. Like was a full active diamond and then just totally quit. So like you literally never know what's going to happen.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and I think Sarah is going to be, the biggest runner, but she's under Jerry, so she's not even mine. And I'm like, so, I picked 1 star, but not really because she's not.
But that means that Jerry can be 1 star.
Yeah, yay for Jerry.
Well, because that'll benefit you once you get.
I know.
Yeah, because those are elite points for you. If you have created a star diamond, then you get. So.
I'm not there yet to start. I want to hit Success Club myself to start building him. I'm not there yet. I don't have that many people to.
No, I'm the same way. So, and that's last thing that I'll say about this. So that's what I'm trying to do too, because I am trying to build Scott's to diamond, but I want to hit Success Club myself. So it's like I'm trying to put customers under me and coaches under him for now. Granted, I still need runners because I would like to also continue to rank advanced. So if I put everybody under him, then I won't have anybody new to be building. So there is some strategy once you get to diamond as to where to hit people, but like always take care, like Wendy said, of your business center first. So like if everybody who signs up as a coach, then they'll all end up under me because I'm going to hit Success Club first. And then I start putting people under him. One, because he's also on my left side. So that increases his volume, which increases my cycles. So, yeah. So then you would never have known that Sarah was going to run. So, so that's and you have people who are so fired up at the beginning and do really, really well. And then life gets in the way, or it gets really hard, or Dina was really good about writing, no, I'm not quitting, about the objections. Like sometimes the objections at the beginning are really hard because it feels like everybody's saying no.
I've noticed it's easier every time. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, you're catching on to that really fast.
The first few, because I feel like they're kind of reaching out to you and you're sharing, all the good news, but people don't see it like that. And so
no,
you kind of take it hard.
Yeah. I will put up Joy's inviting video that Wendy and I looked at, because it's really smart. She gives 10 tips for how to. But I will warn you, she's very to the point. I love her to death, but she is so to the point. She joined this business for the business, had never done a program, had never drank Shakeology, which is what I did too, but still more of the helping people fitness side of it. She was I want to build a business of helping other people build businesses. And then she started really loving Beachbody On Demand. So she's one of those ones who went the other way, but she's still super strategic business wise. Not in this, there are some coaches who have done that the wrong way. She's not, but you'll see what I mean when you listen to it. She does not put up with any BS from anybody ever. No. She's a red personality, which Dana, we didn't do the personality test with you. So sometimes with coaches at the beginning, we do this personality test and it tells you you're either white, yellow, red, or blue.
What do the colors mean?
Yeah. Yeah. The color code is called the color code. So it's it's not really your personality type, but it's how you're motivated. And reds are the ones who are I want all the facts. Don't give me fluff. They're super, they don't realize that they're not paying attention to people's feelings, but they're not paying attention to people's feelings. They're we joke, if I walk into a room, I can point the reds out to you in 2 seconds. I'm
oh, wow.
Scared of them. I'm scared of them. I'm scared of them. Those are all reds.
I'm not a red.
No, I'm not scared of it. Which is good. And then the whites are the peacemakers who so they're your coaches who hesitate forever to jump in. They want the information, but they never feel safe enough to. You're not totally white. You don't. But I mean, the ones who will stay on forever but never hit Success Club. You're it's fine. You can jump in. You can do it. Yellows are just, they only want to do things that are fun. And so if it's not fun, they don't do it, and they don't pay attention to details at all. And then blues are loyal to a fault and super detail oriented. So I'm a blue. And everybody's a little bit of a mix, but you have one stronger color than the others. So
I need all the details. I'm on the back office and I'm looking at every little thing and reading it. And then
you're a blue. I tend to attract blues, which is good because it's how I function, but I need to be a little bit more red. Something that I work on of just tough, I'm not good at tough love. And I need to sometimes be better at tough love. Julianne is a red, Teresa's a red. A lot of the super successful ones are reds because they're just this is how you do it. And if you don't do it, that's your fault. That's it. So, but it's really interesting. You'll see, and then they talked about it a little bit at Summit last year. And then they also had us do shapes. Do you remember that part, Wendy, where everybody had to pick what shape they were? We drew shapes with our fingers, and then they talked about you Wendy picked the wrong shape. Wendy shaped it. Wendy picked a bad shape. But there was the squiggles that didn't pay attention, who don't pay attention to anything. But it was really interesting because there are such set personality types, and they really can be broken down to like maybe 4 super strong. I think even the shapes were 4. It was like circle, square, triangle, and squiggle or something. But yeah, it's interesting. And it's funny too, because like reds tend to attract blues, but like can't figure them out. Like Trina is fairly red. But she is learned how to say things really tactfully. You know what I mean? Like she gets it. But still, and also I think she just inspires such respect that she could say whatever she wants to, and you're like, okay, that's fine, you're Trina. But they get frustrated because they're like, I don't understand why you don't just do what I say. And blues are like, because I need to have like a really pretty checklist, and I need for people to know that I really care about them. And so, and I need also a little more yellow. I need to realize that things should be fun. So, but I think then working out to like balance all of those things is good too. So as we end, because it's right now 7:59, if people don't have other things, like think about what you would like your yearly, monthly, weekly income to be. Because we've talked a lot about like, okay, this is what I want for rank this year, but like, what does that really pan out to? And like, this is a business. So to reach whatever level of freedom you would really like, what does that mean for you and your family? Like, what should you actually reach income-wise to feel that kind of freedom, or to be able to take that extra vacation, or to get a manicure, pedicure without feeling guilty, whatever your level of freedom is for that. And then if you need help reverse engineering that, we can do that. And even if it's like, say like, okay, I want to make $30,000 in a year, which seems really big. You can reverse engineer it, because then you can see yourself inching towards that. Like, okay, what do I need to make on my left volume? Who do I need? Like, how much more do I need to focus putting stuff there? Maybe if income is what you really need at a time, then you focus on that more than rank. Like, okay, well, if I wanted to be diamond, I would put that person on my right, but right now my family needs the income, so we're going to like push that to the left. So start thinking about what your income goals are. And I would even do like comfort and vomit for that too. And then I can help you figure out like, okay, what do we need to do left side volume? How many people should we be talking to based on the percentages of people that say yes, that sort of thing. So thank you guys for hopping on a Monday. It's so nice that like people's faces are here all the time now. Very fun. It's funny because you'll see this, like when you build your own teams and you get to diamond, and the National Wake Up Call, they'll talk about it like I would get on and it would just be me and I would just talk to myself and I would practice talking. And like some people, like Melanie said, she would get on and like record herself anyway, talk about what she was ever going to talk about, and then post it in the team page for whoever wanted to watch it. Because it is also practice too, but it's nice to see people. And like sometimes there's more and less depending on, and that's fine too. And I know people watch the recordings, and I appreciate everybody. So anyway, think about your goals for what you want, and I will post this. And then I haven't done a lot of one-on-one calls yet lately, but I think we should kind of do that quarterly at least. So Wendy, since you're right here, we should have coffee. That's like, we should actually see each other. That would be nice. Yeah. We can talk like this and hold on to coffee. Yeah. And also, even if you're not my PS, I'm always here to, like, you all have great leaders, but like the rest of us are out here too. And it's nice to chat with other people. So I'm always here for you guys too. So anyway, have a great night, and I will talk to you all soon.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.